Hello and welcome to another video from OHLE. So this video is the Trackside 3D project update for September 1st, 2018. So first off, we have a couple of new releases. Some of the projects that we showed you last week, including these relay casings or location cases, those are going to be available for purchase via our website probably later today, if not by Sunday morning. We also have the catch pits that several people have been asking us about. Those will also be available through the store. We're also hoping to get our helpdesk.trackside3d.co.uk website finished off, so hopefully by the end of the weekend you'll actually be able to see some of the photos and some of the research that we did for these products. So that's basically that in terms of new releases. We do have the speed limit signs still on Thingiverse. I've also done some of the other speed limits, 20, 15, 10, 100. So all of those will be going up on Thingiverse. We will also have the entire lot as a pack if you want to purchase them from Trackside 3D as well. We'll also have a few extras. Moving on. This week we did some R&D work with the 3D printing. I did say that we were going to be working on the overhead line equipment as well as the, not quite here yet, signaling. So the signaling, I've did a lot of work with the electronics over the past week. I think I've narrowed down the type of LEDs and stuff that we want to use, and I got some of the circuits working, and got some of the stuff working over Wi-Fi. So it's looking pretty slick. I think by next week's video you'll see a working demonstration of the signals there. So looking forward to that. Okay, so in terms of new products that we've been working on this week, we have this small equipment box. You see them quite often along the line side, next to point work and stuff like that. They usually have one or two wires being run into them, other cabling run into them. They kind of sit on the side of the line side here. I've got these lid or doors that sort of fit on them. They actually fill the interior and create a little gap that you see in photos between the door and the actual main part of the box. So that should be a product that's coming out later this week. You should see it probably midweek, since it's pretty much done, I think, at this point. We've got some upgrades to the speed restriction signs. Like I said earlier, we've got some new speeds, 100, 125, and a few others, as well as the little notch that's down here for the HST and a few extras. So we'll be making some of those available on Thingiverse, and we'll probably make them all available in one pack if you want to purchase them off our website as well. And continuing with the overhead line equipment stuff, our system worked pretty well. The system I showed you last week, the stuff isn't moving anywhere, which is great. I wanted to do kind of a test for a week, and it's turned out pretty well. Pre-drilled all the holes for the next part of the layout, so I'm going to go install these over the weekend and then start soldering up the wiring between the two, so hopefully you guys will see some improvements there. In terms of R&D stuff for the overhead line equipment, I've been doing a lot of work on the insulators and some of the equipment that kind of goes on the side. None of that's quite ready to show yet. I had some problems with the insulators, but I think I solved it. So hopefully you'll see something with that next week. And what I did do, though, is I put together the kind of counterweight, or kind of tension weight that's used. These are usually sort of hanging off a set of pulleys, and then they're usually down across the wiring and so on, kind of close to the masts. So this actually turned out really nice. Wasn't too hard to put together, and you can attach the wire to the top part. So I think that'll make a really cool detailing piece. We still have to work on the pulleys and getting those working, but I think we'll get that working in the next week or two. Other than that, we worked on retaining walls. So these retaining walls are based off a station called Greenfield, and it's on the Huddersfield line, I think, and it goes between Manchester and Huddersfield. It worked out pretty well. To attach them, you just stick some blue tack and attach it to the back scene. The idea for these is to basically help with the transition from the railway station that's over towards the end of the transition part of the layout over into the new section. So it should work pretty well. We're going to stagger these, so I have a couple of them, and they're just going to go up and down. Obviously I've got different lengths, so it'll work out pretty well. In terms of decoration, I'm going to paint these with along the top with the Mall Masters Aged Concrete. It's worked pretty well so far. And then I'm going to use spray adhesive on the main section and basically apply texture paper. And so there's a whole bunch of different companies that you can get texture paper from, either download or print it. And so we'll be trying those out, and we'll show you the progress on the double oorail layout update. And what I will do is I'll show you now how we go about removing these and how they look when they come out of the 3D printer. We actually print them upside down, and the reason for that is you don't need any supports. So it has this overhang along the top, and so by printing it upside down, the overhang is actually on the bottom, and so it doesn't need any supports. If I was to print them this way, it would add a whole bunch of extra material to do the support, and you don't really need that. So it comes out of the 3D printer like this, and you can see it's got a brim around it, and that's just to keep it get the good adhesion to the print bed while it's printing out. And this peels off pretty easily. I'll show you. You can see there it just peels off, and you just kind of cut it away with a knife. So if I show you, it's pretty reasonable. Comes off pretty easily. Depending on how quickly you take it off the printer, it will either come off really easily or it'll be a little trickier. You can see there, you're not left with this, obviously got a jagged edge, and so to solve that, what we do is take just a small knife blade like this, and then just sort of run it down like so. And it'll take a couple of iterations. It's also kind of hard to do this on the camera. We can see there, it basically just it's like almost like peeling carrots, would be the best way to describe it. Now the cool thing with this is that it kind of leaves this kind of jagged looking concrete look, which is kind of what we were going for in the first place. So it'll turn out pretty well. If you don't like it like that, you can use some sandpaper or a sanding block like this, and you can get it pretty smooth. So whichever look you want to go for works pretty well. Okay, so what's coming up this week? So we've got some additional speed restriction signs. Those will be coming out. We also have these small equipment boxes. Those should come out as well as a product towards midweek. Right now I'm working on an extra detailing kit, or basically an upgrade kit for the Hornby railway crossing, level crossing. So the Hornby level crossing, I use the one with the gates, and it's okay, but it doesn't look great. It looks a little similar to other Hornby ones because everybody kind of has them. There are not too many options. So I've done some improvements where basically you can drop replacement gates in. Working on maybe getting some lighting into it as well, so that's a possibility, as well as some detailing around the side. All of it has been done based off photographs that I've got, so hopefully it'll look pretty good. So you'll definitely see that in an upcoming video, hopefully next Friday's or next Saturday's video. Let's see what else we're doing. We're going to be doing installing the overhead line equipment in here, as well as kind of soldering together the wiring. So I'm hoping to do fix up the insulators and some extra detailing on the outside with some extra equipment and stuff that goes along here. And I probably will do the wiring between the posts as well. Other than that, we have some extra detailing kits I've been working on for the point machines. Some different types of point machines, they're on their way as well, so I think those should be ready this week. Still haven't had a chance to get anywhere near the T's and the curves. They're about 90% complete. There's a few changes I want to make to them, so it's a long weekend here, so I'm hoping to get to that this weekend. Been doing a lot of work on the signals, a lot of research and so on, so found some flaws in some of the more popular products that are currently out there, so I'm looking forward to perhaps making something a little bit better available. I definitely got the electronic side down, and one thing that you guys might find interesting is we have a Wi-Fi module that will allow you to control the signals via Wi-Fi, which is pretty slick. Alright, so that's it for today. Oh, I think I forgot something. So, last week I mentioned a competition which involved guessing what kind of historical building, castle, tower that this thing is from, and so I had hoped to do a video on it last weekend, but didn't get a chance. I was quite busy, so this weekend I'm going to get to it. I've got the design work done for the next piece that goes on top, so I'm going to be sending it to the 3D printer. It's going to take it about 2 days, so I'll probably start that off probably Sunday evening, and it should be ready by midweek at the latest. So nobody guessed the correct answer, so it's still fair game. You have until September 25th. The prize information is in the other video. Like I said, we'll do prizes for the first person with the correct answer, the second person and third person, or second and third prize will be randomly selected from anybody else who gets the answer right in the comments before September 25th. And like I promised, I was going to drop hints. So in the first video, I did mention a location, and it is the exact location of this building. So you might want to go back and watch the other video. Also, in today's video, I dropped a hint, and it's a little subtle, but you may have mentioned, or I may have mentioned, the location in which this particular retaining wall was taken from, in terms of the prototype and the inspiration for it, and it's on a particular railway line, and one of the destinations on that particular railway line contains this building. So that's two very specific hints for you, so hopefully you guys will figure it out and put it in the comments, and someone will claim the prize. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to share it and like it, and of course provide us your feedback. If I didn't get a chance to answer your comments yet, especially this one or two people who had some requests, I will get to it over the weekend. I was quite busy over the week with a couple of different projects, and so now things have calmed down quite a bit. We can go and focus more on 3D printing and model railway this weekend. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next